you're literally supporting yourself and your family with having no clue what you're doing.
Yeah. I guess so.
So that's comforting.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is the Just Be Creative podcast, and I'm Krist, and today I have on a guest, Jordan of Harmonic Films. I say you're a videographer and business owner, but what would you call yourself?
There's a lot of different terms, I guess, with video, depending on what you do. I mean, videographer is a good general term, but
I'm sorry,
Hollywood people, there's no videographer.
When you talk about commercial work, I know that for a while, I mean, we do have a movie studio in Baton Rouge. Mm-hmm. There's Celtic Studios here. They do a lot of that, like TV and movie stuff in New Orleans as well.
One out here too, yeah.
Whenever you're talking about commercial work, are you talking about anything related to that, or
no? Not movies. Where movies are usually union, so you have to be in a union kind of thing, and there's rules with the union stuff. Like I'm not even sure of the rules. But
I forgot a bunch of California liberals. Of course, there's a union,
right? So like there's like, and some of it's good. Like there's.
See, if you were watching video, you can see my face.
The sarcasm.
Okay.
There's a dedicated lunchtime, you get lunch. Whereas a lot of times the stuff that I have is non-union. Like sometimes we're eating as we go, kind of thing, which I'm used to from weddings. Like move, eating fast, which isn't very healthy, I would imagine. But it's not much downtime usually in weddings. There can be some. It depends on the wedding, but
So you're talking about corporate work, so. Yeah, you assist people sometimes, and you're heading up people, you're heading up your own projects sometimes.
Yeah. It's been more like part of the production crew. I say crew, like I said, it's 3 or 4 of us. Mm-hmm. And then there's times where I'm doing the stuff, so I'm being the camera operator and the director and getting everything going like that sort of stuff. So, it's been interesting. Like I said, the way how I got those jobs is because I've invested in gear an amount that I just wanted for myself, and I needed for myself, and that's just
or podcasts,
and so that's just been just more investments in that stuff has kind of moved me more into that direction I want to go into. So
so what is the direction that you want to go in?
Oh, that's a tough one though. Yeah, because where do you want to land? I'm bad at that, like figuring out where. 10-year plan, 5-year plan. I know everyone should have it. Because to be honest, I didn't expect to be where I was at now. I didn't really know. It's not like I want to set the world on fire or anything. In
2020, I feel like that's maybe we need to move on from that phrase.
The world on fire.
The world, it is on fire.
It is. But the hurricanes are going to put it out though, so it's all right.
I just hired a new person, and her family. She's from north of Lake Charles, so her family got hit with 2 hurricanes ago, which was a month ago. Whenever the big one that hit Lake Charles, was that Laura? Mm-hmm. And now Lake Charles, everything in between Lake Charles and Alexandria, that all got hit. Yeah. And now it's all in the projected area for it to hit again, which. Yeah,
so
don't make jokes.
I'm from New Orleans, so Katrina. Yeah, so okay.
Well, did you go to Chalmette High School?
I went to Andrew Jackson.
I don't know what that is.
That's in Chalmette.
Okay, but Chalmette's not there anymore, right?
After Katrina, it's still there. There wasn't much there to begin with, but so, I'm from there, so I can.
I forgot you're a Chalmatian.
I am a Chalmatian. Yeah, I won't hear too much. A couple of words, but
I've heard a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Water, barrel, with the zinc,
What do you want to do with the rest of your life, man? You're only 34. 4? Yeah. You just worked on a short film.
I did, yeah. Yeah, that was my 3rd one, although this one was a little bit bigger. This one had a couple, they had legit people. They had some producers come in from California. The sound recorder guy was
Alan Smithy.
No, Paul.
Red.
Ledford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know what that is.
But if you look at his IMDb, then you're like, oh wow, okay.
Oh, really?
Like it's worked on like Logan, like bunch of I can't even think. Logan was the first time popped in my head.
Yeah.
But like, and then I mean that was a short film, so it's pretty cool at a decent crew size for sure.
You know, you don't have to have a 5-year plan. Like people say, I try to have a plan. I try to have generalized things of where I'm wanting to go with my career. I don't have anything written down. Like, it would be awesome if I did, but then it's kind of, you're playing footsie.
Sorry about that.
Like, I mean, what do you want to do? Do you know? Maybe that's the that's the creative side of you, where it just is. It is hard to
focus on. Yeah. I guess I can see that. Yeah, because I'm a little bit more passive. Like, oh, it just falls in my lap. All right, cool, and just go with it. I mean, to be honest, like even with music, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like when I was in high school, like what I wanted to do for college. Yeah, and the way how I decided to do that was they had one of the trumpet teacher at the time at Southeastern gave a workshop. It was a junior in high school. Or maybe it was a senior. I think it was a junior. Anyway, it gave a workshop, and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of okay at music. Maybe I could do that.
Were you in band in high school?
Yeah. And so I was like, maybe I could do that. Like that's how I just kind of like fallen into that thing. I'm not super ambitious guy. It should be good, bad. I know. Like I mean, I don't bite off more than I can chew, but I don't know, it depends. Like, but then you have those people that do, you know, shoot for the stars and land on the moon kind of thing. But so I mean, it's a weird balance.
I mean, that's like 150 light years difference, but
sure. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's a weird balance. I think that I'm in, and with things have just kind of like fallen into it. Like, I want to be able to provide for my family. I mean, it's like those basics, you know, kind of thing. And but it's also hard too because freelance like this, like there's no retirement that's being saved up, kind of thing. Like there's no health insurance right now. Like I mean, with my wife there is with her job, but so yes, there's a lot of scary insecurities with that because I've been super busy this past month, like busiest with commercial work, which I want to be doing than I ever have. But like that could dry up. I'm like, okay, I don't get any calls for a month or two, so. Live like a prince 1 month and then live like a pauper the next kind of thing, you know. So, I mean, we've been blessed with stuff, and I think it goes back into, like I said, that identity thing of like I didn't know if I wanted to be a musician or music teacher and everything. So I don't know, it could just be my personality type of thing. So not super ambitious kind of guy, but. At least not planning ahead.
I don't know how to do that. I mean, I try. Like, I think I'm better at it now than I used to be, but maybe I don't know.
Even with teaching with the music, like going into it, like like the first year or so, like kind of didn't plan as much as I should for the concerts. Like, oh, we need to start working on this here a little bit, kind of thing. And so whatever by year 2, like okay. Think more future forward thinking, but now that I'm out of teaching, I kind of lost that habit of doing that. And so it's kind of like living it week at a time or, you know, like what's happening this week? Okay, cool. Focus on that, you know, like it's just, you know, busy. And so, it's a lot of times, like, I mean, I've told my wife, Amy, like just it's a week at a time kind of thing. And, sometimes you have to take it a day at a time, but it's just planning out things. So, oh. Good, bad, you know,
it is what it is. You know? All right, so next week, someone please call him because he needs work.
I got some things that I held like that, but like things have changed.
He doesn't know. He does not know how he's going to feed his family.
It might change. You know, like hey, this got canceled, or you know. So
I mean, I don't know. This will probably. So right now we're recording this first week of October, or no, technically second week. So like if you're hearing this. And you have something available at the end of October or first week of November.
I got some soft holds on that.
If you're thinking about getting married anytime within the next year,
well, weddings are different. Yeah, weddings you can plan are usually planned out. Yeah, a year. And there've been a couple of times where it's been like, "Hey, you're available this week." Like those have been rare, but or even a few months. But I mean, you know, you can always reach out and see. But But for the most part, weddings are planned out, a year or so or 6 months, kind of at minimum. Commercial work stuff, though, that stuff is, and that's where it's scary for my wife, where it's like she doesn't know like when the jobs are coming. I don't know when the jobs are coming in, and so we have to share calendar stuff so she knows I'm going to be gone, kind of thing, like what's happening.
I'm well familiar.
Yeah,
with that,
with just coordinating, because you have kids, you got to plan that stuff out, and she's a nurse.
I was gonna say, at least like I'll work during. I always know what my schedule is.
Yeah.
For my normal job.
Yeah.
She
can be up in the air, kind of thing too. Yeah. And then Amy, and she's a nurse, and she's part time, and she works nights. So there's that difficulty aspect of I have to let her sleep. She has to get sleep, but then she has to get sleep, and so then we have 2 kids that are 5 and almost 3-year-old. So it's like we have to, sometimes I have to be home to watch them. So
that'll get easier.
Yeah, hopefully. So, will it?
Well, at least for a period of time.
Yeah.
I think that it's interesting that, I think we're friends.
Yeah, I'm saying okay. That. We've hung out enough times.
We've hung out. Okay.
We came to my office party.
Oh, yeah, right. So when you converted your shed to an office,
the legit office that you're now.
So you're working at home in your backyard,
30 feet in the backyard.
Right.
Yeah.
So the kids don't distract you, which is fine, because how are you going to edit audio with kids throwing stuff at your head
or Baby Shark playing in the background or
something? Yeah. So we'll go ahead and just for the record announce to everyone we're friends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think I found out a lot more about like your thoughts and everything than I've known, and kind of like what you're thinking. And I think it's interesting that all the stuff you said, even though like to you you're just like, oh, it's how I live, to people who aren't in that world doing what you're doing, like I think that's super interesting. And then I think super, hopefully, helpful to people who feel like they don't know what they're doing either.
Yeah.
But like you're literally supporting yourself and your family with having no clue what you're doing.
Yeah. I guess
so that's comforting.
Yeah.
Right. Because we're gonna have another conversation about what life has been like for you within the pandemic, within 2020.
Yeah.
But where like a lot of us have not known what was going to happen. In general, your life's just kind of that way anyway.
Yeah.
You're like a surfer, I feel like, in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the hair.
It could be. Well, yeah. The hair's not one of the deciding factors, but yeah.
You just ride the waves.
Ride the waves. Just kind of go with it. It's good or bad. There's people I know that are ambitious, and they're like, I want to be doing this,
right?
And having the teams go out to do this stuff, and that's great. That's that, because really, I guess if I think of it like that, I don't want to be doing that. I'd rather be doing what they sending me out to do, kind of thing. So I guess in a way, it's sort of know what I want to do, but at the same time, I do their part as well when I need to.
What do you mean? Like, you know what you don't want to be doing?
Like, I have friends that have the clients, and so they have to go shoot the video, do all the creative aspect, and like deal in all the whatever paperwork or landing the clients. Like, I've done that before, but right. Just send me out and I'll go do it and shoot and everything.
So an easier, it makes your life easier if you're just the cinematographer and not the businessman.
Yeah, and I've done both.
For like wedding, a wedding, you would be you're handling the business portion. You've got packages and stuff, but you're doing all of that.
Yeah, all the emails or phone calls and texts and stuff, and then I can be the boss when I have to or need to be, and then someone's else in charge. Not a problem. They're in charge. Yeah. Like, don't have a problem taking orders, kind of thing.
Yeah,
giving creative input or something like that. I think sometimes with that, being the boss aspect with some of the clients can be scary because of the creative aspect. Like, not to say I lack in it, it's just, it doesn't come easy for me. Sometimes when I am struck by inspiration with it, like, I'm like, okay, this is gold, at least in my head. Like, yeah, this works and everything. Like, I want to do this, I want to do it. Like, I know exactly what I want to do, how to execute it and that kind of thing. But those are kind of like few and far in between kind of stuff. And so usually when I am in more of the supportive role with people that have the idea, because there's not pressure.
Yeah.
to come up with that thing, I'm able to think a little bit more clearly and help execute that person's vision on that aspect, which is weird. It's a weird because I see it happening because like I'm not in charge, so there's no pressure, and I can help my friend. Like, okay, I know what you want to do. Let's do this and this and make it happen.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're doing, you gotta if you're directing, you gotta talk to the client. Like, what happens with me when you have that backup person? Like, I'm having to look at the script, making sure these people who aren't actors act, look at camera or deliver the lines. But I'm having to do this, make sure the camera is rolling and settings are good and stuff. And so there's a lot of pressure in that sense. And like a lot of people don't realize, with video, like it's not just hit record. Like, there's a lot involved that's going on in our head. Like editing in my head, like what they're doing as well, and saying like, okay, that's fine if I do that, but I still have to be looking at the screen, but then making sure that, so there's a lot of just people don't realize with video work, there's a lot of work. And sometimes you have to educate the clients on that stuff. Like there's a lot involved that they don't realize, probably because a videographer can be a dime a dozen kind of thing. And there's people like, oh, just show up a camera and how are you going to light it? Right. Like, you can just do this light, I guess. But so
every light on in my house.
Yeah, right. You're like, you got to work with what you got, Well, but there's a difference though with working with what you got and not knowing, I think, too.
For sure.
So,
I understand in terms of what the pressure is. Like, if you're in charge, it's like, did we bring enough film? And if you're not. Well, like in real life, that was a joke. In real life,
digital, yeah.
Did you charge your batteries?
Yeah, there you go. Like
we've had to stop this conversation 4 times because my batteries kept dying. When you're in charge of something, it's like I think I liken it to the fact of like if somebody asks you like, "Hey, I'm making this life decision," a lot of times you can be pretty clear and straight to the point. So like, yeah. Definitely do this. But if you were in the same position, you'd be like, oh, I don't know what to do. But like if somebody asked you for career advice, you could probably give them 5 to 10 things to go do that would help them.
Yeah.
But you sit around not knowing what to do with the rest of your life. I don't mean that in a bad way. No, I just mean like it's because you don't have the clarity of, and then there's the pressure that's there.
Stuff,
whenever you're giving other people advice or whenever you're working for someone else if it's a good atmosphere, then you don't have the pressure of all the weight of that, and you can just think about the job and what needs to get done and do it.
Yeah.
And that, I've been in that situation before.
And that's
with different like creative firms or like things like that, where they have a client and I'm working for them for their client.
Yeah.
And I'm not having to do all that stuff. I'm just talking to like an account manager or something.
Yeah, I'm like, right. Yeah. And that's the thing too, where it's discovering like it's a team effort. Like it really, like you can, but it's so much harder like to do everything. Because even just bringing gear somewhere, if you have a lot of gear, like you can chew up your shoot time or have to show up 2 hours up earlier. If you're by maybe 4 hours earlier, really, because there have been times where we've had 2 hours and I have someone helping me to set up time. So there's just even moving gear around. Like you need that physical other person to help you move stuff. It's definitely more of a teamwork thing and stuff. And so I don't want to say collaboration, but like offer an idea. Well, what if we do this? What if we do that? Okay, cool. Someone has to make that executive decision. Yeah, and I'm okay if that other person is in charge. And I offer a suggestion, like, well, what if we do this? Like something I might like preference-wise. And they're like, I don't really want that. Cool, okay. This is your shoot, your job. I don't care. Just throwing an idea out there. And so you're the boss, basically, So.
Gotcha.
It's a lot less pressure having a team kind of thing and making that dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Well, it's cool, too, that you get to switch it up, too. Sometimes you are your own boss. Sometimes you're not. And then you can be flexible with that. Yeah. And it's not always the same thing, which.
And I think I've just kind of over the years just kind of learned like my personality type. Like I've shined, whatever. I think I've just kind of discovered my personality type is more of a supportive type. Like, what do you need kind of thing. Okay, cool. I'll help you succeed. Like background almost like don't even limelight kind of thing. like, yeah, what you need? Okay, cool. Let me go do this for you while you're doing whatever. You know, that kind of thing. That's a good supporting character, I guess. Like, if you're really gonna get some movie terms, kind of thing. So.
Well, yeah, I wish you good luck on your journeys.
We'll see. I don't know.
And we'll see what happens. Follow him on Instagram, and you'll find out what he's doing in a couple weeks.
Beard of Jordan, I guess.
Beard of Jordan.
I might not follow you back because who knows? I'm bad at social media.
Yeah.
So.
Is there a dash in that? Or no?
There's no dash in that. That's just all.
Check out his work at harmonic-films.com. And then you can follow us. Just go to he has a www too, but www.justbecreativepod.com, and you can find our Facebook and Instagram, and then all of the channels that we have our audio podcast is listed on. And then please, if you're on YouTube, you can give us a like. You can share, click the little share button, whatever that is. Share it on your Facebook.
Smash the notification.
Smash that like button. There, and give us a review if you like it, and if you don't, then don't give us a review because I don't want bad reviews.
Yeah.
But if you don't like it, then you probably didn't make it this far. So I'm talking to
How could you not?
How could you not? All right, bye.